Hold on, I'm turning this up. It's the brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC. Giving all praise and glory to the heavenly, for they are worthy to be praised. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all your feedback, positive, negative, all things is respected and needed, because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is keeping my foot on these heathens, these Hebrews, and the newly installed Heathenites. Next round of applause for that. Yes. Happy Samba to everybody. As you know, we are in the seventh day of the week, the day of rest. Oh man, I had my rest, guys. Jumped out of my good dream, sleeping good. I was like, oh damn, what time is it? And the wiz was like, it was 11:30. I was like, sheesh. Definitely had to come on. Can't be missing these days. Gotta really stay consistent with giving you guys this spiritual awakening, this spiritual food, this Bantu food, this Sunini's food, this righteous food, the food that's gonna allow us to be prepped for the next survival, right? Right now, we're living in the age of gathering information. I call it the age of storing, pebbles, storing the proper spiritual nutrition that's gonna be needed. So when we do go out into this real world and be fully prepared and aware and be 10 toes down, and not we don't stand on faith, being 10 toes down with our creators and allowing the creators to guide our path, right? This is why I came on today. And a lot of you guys know when I talk my talk, especially when I speak on religion, I always say the purpose of religion was to do what? Was to neutralize and civilize victim of war, victims of identity theft, victims of kidnap, victims of rape, victims of slavery, victims of racism, victims of perjury, victims of everything. You know what I'm saying? This is what religion was created for. But today, while I was driving and I'm just in my thoughts, and it dawned on me, I said, wait, it's not just to neutralize the victims and civilize the victims, but it's also something that was used to mock the creator. When I sit back and I analyze what religion brings to the table, you will see that it goes against the righteousness of our creators. When you look at the foundation of religion, it literally goes against the righteousness of our creators. It goes against it in every way, shape, or form. For example, the world tells you the world tells you that you should celebrate Christmas. Deck the halls of folly, fa la 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 la. You get all of that. But then the word will tell you that not to deck your trees, for these things are a sin, right? And then the word tells you never praise the dead. But then the world tells you that you're supposed to praise a man that came and died and was resurrected, and you get that with Easter, right? So now you celebrating the birth of a fairy tale of December 25th, where you can find no historical proof that shows that your so-called savior was born December 25th, but then you are found, then there's no biblical proof behind that, but yet brothers and sisters are forced through religion to celebrate this. Every December you'll drive, you'll see the churches filled with Christmas trees, filled with lights, you know what I'm saying? The story that he was born in the winter, et cetera, et cetera. He was born outside. So if he's born in the smack of winter, he should have, listen, this baby would have died from pneumonia. Oh, my bad. You know, he came from the immaculate exception of Mary. Yes, that alone. That alone is another sin. The virgin birth, where a woman got impregnated by the fallen angel. God impregnated a woman knowing that he done destroy half the earth with water because of this heinous act. But now here we are in the New Test reenacting that, but changing the angel into this is what God did. This is how the Son of Man became. God, the Son of God, came on the earth. And when you look down the rabbit hole, you'll see that this story is a copy and paste from this story right here that you can find from this book right here. Bring it closer to you guys. The same exact story. They got the same precepts, everything. Then when you look down, you see not only it's from that, but it's the story of Zeus. Another high level of mockery towards the creators. Now I say to myself, well, damn, well, religion really got us bamboozled. And this is the excuse that we use to deteriorate or separate, should I say, from being righteous people. Hence, what you see going on in this world. Now we're living in a time where everybody got their own beliefs. Everybody got their own perception and perspective on what to accept and what not. Where because through having faith makes you question the very existence of the creator. Just have faith. And when things don't go out, then you have the option to just hate. Just have faith. But if it doesn't go out according to how you have faith, just have hate. Right? Religion teaches you what? Self-hate. A righteous man would never hate themselves. A righteous man would never want to alter his body. A righteous man would never want to get a righteous man, a woman, should I say, would never want to get a BBL that's going to lead you straight to hell. A righteous man is going to do the necessary things to prevail, to be in good terms, to be well with the creators in the time of our departure from this realm that we are in. You know, we are only here temporary. And the only reason why here is temporary because of the serpent telling Eve and the creator and Adam that being righteous is not the way. You should just be religious. People's gonna say, what? What do you mean religious? Yeah. Because they follow the ways of a man, and the man made them fall. Now they've been falling and they can't get out. You falling and they can't get out. And you can't get out. You falling. You know what I'm saying? We have fallen. We have fallen from grace, fallen from mercy, fallen from protection, fallen from love, fallen from our culture, fallen from who we are, fallen from our ways, fallen from our skin color. We've fallen from all of that. And all of that fallen came from religion. Now, I know you guys are going to say, that's not true. Religion has done great for me. Religion has not done nothing good for black people. Show me where. Show me where. Just because you're doing good doesn't mean that we're doing good. See, we must understand that we are in this together. When we were sent here like a can of sardines, right? Obviously, it was something that was done against us. It wasn't done against you and you prevailed. Okay? You just ate the factory food, the processed food, and in return they allow you to become a parasite. And the parasitical mentality is the reason why you see that religion done great to you. But we are in this as a whole. We are in this together. See, religion teaches you to just focus on yourself. You can't save everybody. Jesus can't save everybody. That's what they'll tell you. You can't save everybody. Jesus can't save everybody, but religion came with Jesus God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son to die for everybody. But I thought we can't save everybody, but Jesus died for everybody. Oh no, wait. So Jesus died so you guys can have free reign to commit all type of sin, every level. Doesn't matter from the minute to the high note. Everybody just sinning and winning. Huh? That's what Jesus came to do. That's why, this is why sometimes I sit back and I just ask myself, I said, do my people really believe this story that the creator sent a child to die for the world to then allow the world to be and commit sin? You would think that the man will die and then sin will cease to exist. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The man died. He died as a mockery, and he died to uphold religion and say, look, step away from righteousness. See, Abram was a man of righteousness. David was a man of righteousness. See, we didn't know nothing about religion. When you look into African culture, we don't know nothing about religion. Religion is something that came with the oppressors when they colonized, when they divide, when they genocide, right? When they neutralize. I told you. They came with that. That came along, and voila, here it is, people. Something in your front steps, something in your household. And if you rejected it, you was met with not with pushback. You was met with imprisonment. You was met with decapitation. You was met with another source of captivity. You was met with separation from family. You was met with anything. Anytime somebody went against their religion, you was met with some level of torture, murder, destruction. This is what came into our front doorstep. And when I say our front doorstep, we talking about the Holy Land. We talking about brothers and sisters who was at peace, living, sleeping, having a good time. And out of nowhere came a tornado of heathens, children of the wicked, came and did what they did to hence to where we at now. And you continue using this so-called religion to keep us in a space of having faith and hope, to question, show you the atrocities that they've done, and then make us look to question, is there really a God? I see people on TikTok saying, you are gods. I seen a girl today saying, they saying that you should respect your parents because your parents are your gods. No, you are your own God, and you don't have to do that. I said, you see the madness? You see what's being promoted to children nowadays, and you'll find a lot of this influx in TikTok. On TikTok is what you will see all of this right here, where you're gonna see people say God doesn't exist, and you should see how much people is following. I'm seeing this girl. There was this girl. I forgot. I screenshotted it, but due to copyright infringements and identity, and you don't want to slander nobody. I forgot the word, disinformation, or whatever that thing is called, where I can't just post this person's image. But this person had on glasses that had 3 glasses. It was one on the center and 2 for her eyes. And this woman literally came on and said, God doesn't exist. Prove me wrong. You woke up because of an energy, because of an atomic energy. I said, and science is proven. Once I hear people go into the doorstep of science, it just lets me know that these individuals has been corrupted by the sorcerers, because science and sorcery go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Just like you can't have religion without slavery. You can't have one without the other. Science was created by sorcerers to combat what? The creator's existence. And we, as colored people, spiritual people, we should know better than that. Whether you believe in the creators or you believe in these fallen deities, right? This is and we're based in this on the information given unto us by them, right? We must come into the realization that a lot of our records and things that we was taught has been plagiarized, has been inserted, has been misleading. A lot of things, people. Our job right now, the reason why we're not reaching those areas of understanding is because we have not yet churned up our righteousness. Our righteousness has to go in line with religion. And can't and I tell brothers and sisters this all the time. The creator said it, right? The Savior said it. You can't serve two masters. Either you're gonna love one or you're gonna hate the other. Which one do you love? Who do you love? All is dumb. Who do you love? Right? You gotta decide where you stand. If you're gonna stand on righteousness, then your righteousness is what you shall seek. Right? Seeking righteousness cannot be associated with religion. Now, if you are diving into religion to uncover the lies and the introductions and the confusion, then that's one thing. So then the creator's only going to give you that. But in order to get the fulfillment of that, you got to first master your righteousness. And a lot of us, including myself, has not mastered righteousness. Righteousness is when you're able to see individuals and look through them and see the trauma. You gotta literally be like how the Savior was. See, people don't understand that when he came and when he was fasting, he was mastering his righteousness so he could be able to decipher the religious people, which was your scribes, your Pharisees, your Sadducees, your high priests, these individuals who sell out, the traditional men followers. His righteousness had to come to full tuition, to be able to stand, to not only heal the people, he was able to heal because he had reached that high position of righteousness. And we as individuals have not tapped into that. Me, myself, has not tapped into that. And we have various reasons. It's hard to be completely righteous when you are in captivity. It's hard to be completely righteous and submissive into righteousness when you're living in a dirty world, right? So there's a lot of things that we step away from that we must have forgot. Like, damn, I forgot to do this. Like, prime example, today, for me, I've been up since 4:44 in the morning. Technically 4:40 because that's when my alarm went on. I woke up, and usually on my wake up, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving my praises and saying et cetera, et cetera. But today it was like, damn, I gotta take care of this. Totally forgot because prepping myself to even being up to go doing these runs is like, sheesh, exhausted. You understand? And you forget where the high level of righteousness is what? Giving all praise and glory to your creators. First and foremost, tapping in, checking in, right? The same way they tell you when you go into another city, you got to check in for safety reasons. That's the same thing we're supposed to be doing with the creator, right? You woke up because when you was sleeping, you was in a whole different realm. Now you woke up, you checking in back to reality. You got to give all praise and glory. You got to make that phone call and say, yo, creator, man, appreciate everything you do. Appreciate everything that you have done. You know, my apologies. Like, I'm driving, I had to catch myself. I said, damn, I really didn't buzz down and say thank you. And, you know, yes, they're going to know your heart because they know that you mean well, but there's still no excuses. There's no excuses, right? Because there ain't no excuses when it's time to get paid. Yo, I need my money. You fully prepared and awoken and waiting for that. When in reality, us as individuals, we supposed to be on that same type of time when it comes to our creators, when it comes to righteousness, right? No excuses. And when I caught myself, you know what I'm saying, I listen, I say what I gotta say, You know what I'm saying? And I go through the motion, right? And I don't want to say prayer because to me, there's nothing to pray upon, right? To pray upon the weak. I'm not weak. I'm very strong. I'm made in the likeness and the image of my creator. So I don't like to call it prayer. That's my parents. I like to call it conversation. And sometimes you got to tap in and give a conversation. See, the conversation tapping in is giving acknowledgement, letting yourself, reminding yourself that somebody woke you up this day. People die in their sleep all the time. People is dying in their sleep. People is dying going outside. Because anytime you go outside, you're literally walking into the devil's domain. And if you're not protected, if you're not in righteousness, you might fall. You didn't see what the devil did to the creator. He took him to the exceedingly high mountain and told a nigga to jump. Said, jump. You hungry? Turn these stones into food. You know you could do that. So that just lets you know that every single day, every moment that you wake up, you waking up into you waking up into a battle. You going into this war zone. And that's why I want black people to understand we are still at war. This ain't no time to be all cutes and glitz and glamour. It's not time for that. That phase, that chapter within the black society is coming to an end. You see what's going on with these celebrities. The people that was used to confuse the minds of the youth is coming to an end. These things have to be removed. These individuals have to be exposed. And the ones that stand beside them, those are the ones that drawing the line and they're going on that side. And those people that's on that side will be destroyed and removed as well. This world is gonna clean itself. And like I told you guys in one of the lives I did this week, you guys are waiting for a savior to crack through the skies. Show me where anytime the creators was gonna let their presence be known, they came in the image of coming to bring wrath as a regular human being. You guys are what you thinking this is Troy? You think Brad Pitt gonna come to the sky and come save you? Riding on the chariot. No. We think it's Gerard Butler, Spartans? No. Y'all gotta get this ideology out your mind because that's not going to happen. The creators is gonna use the earth like they always done. Right? With Noah, he gave the flood, right? When Moses, he gave the plagues, right? Did he come? Did he hit the scene? Absolutely not. Right? The plagues came, right? With Abram, right? With Lot, when Sodom and Gomorrah and the meteors fell down. That's how your saving is going to happen. The word said the first time people was baptized with water, the second one's gonna be with fire. So just to let you know, you can read that and damn, what's that? What's the chapter? It's not Nehemiah. Is Hecaniah? It's in one of those. It's in one of those books before the New Testament. Zephaniah, excuse me, where it tells you wrath is gonna come. Fire, things is gonna melt. Remember, it said the first baptism was with water, meaning the first baptism to cleanse the earth was with water, right? And then after a few thousands of years, out came back the wickedness, right? So to remove the wickedness forever, these things gotta burn. So those that get caught into the crossfire, you hear that? You see it? You hear that? Those that get caught in the crossfire, it was meant for you to be destroyed. So to protect yourself, you must seek your righteousness. You must step away from this religion. Step away. Christianity, don't worry. I promise you, you will not go to hell. I'll take full responsibility on whatever these people tell you. You will not go to hell. You will not. You will not go to hell for denouncing Jesus. You will not go to hell for denouncing Islam or Allah or Buddha or Judah. You will not go to hell for none of that. I promise you. Hell was never created. Hell was created with religion. Okay? You will not go to hell for that. You will stand 10 toes down. If you stand on righteousness and you be a righteous man and you a loving man and you a caring man and you a understanding man. Listen, if you guys think that I'm lying, look at the life of Abram. Abram was given the keys because of what? Because of his righteousness. Abram wasn't given the keys because he was just chosen. Yo, Abram, I like you. Yeah, you cool. No, it's because of his righteousness, right? He was considered a friend. He was considered a homie. He was considered, now that's my right hand. That's my son. You know, like you have a child, that's my son, but now that's my nigga right there. Homie follow, yo, anytime I need him, he's there. I don't even gotta ask too much. Abram was there. Because of that, yo, I'm gonna bless you. Not only I'm gonna bless you, even through your trials and tribulations when you and your wife and you couldn't bear a child. You couldn't bear a child. You still stood 10 toes down and walked with me. And because of that, I got you. Because of that, I got you. Because of that, I'm going to ensure that you receive everything now. Damn, you held it down. You 100 years old. You still holding it down. You done had a child with somebody else and you still held it down. Yeah, let me yo, man, I'm going to give you something special. This is because it was in complete righteousness. It wasn't about faith. How is Abram the father of faith and Abram never knew what faith was? I can show you. You can go look up. You can go look up. In matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. You know, it's simple mathematics, people. Let me show you something. Remember, Abram was in the book of Genesis, right? He's the father of faith. Look at this. The first and only two times it was mentioned, the word faith was mentioned in the New Testament, in the Old Testament, was in Deuteronomy 32 and 20 and Habar 2 verse 4. This is how you know these things was interjected, right? So that means 240 times it was mentioned in the New Testament. Let me show you. Look, 229 times, excuse me, it was mentioned. 2 times in the Old. And again, now 1 time was faith associated with Abram. Now 1 time. That means faith wasn't associated with Abram. Faith wasn't associated with Noah. Faith wasn't associated with Moses. And what are these 3 things these individuals got in common? They was face to face with the Creator. So having faith is really coming from where? It stems from what? Stems from who? You'll see that it stems from them. It don't come from us. That we don't have no understanding. We don't have no understanding behind that. That's not who we are. Faith is a high level of questioning the existence of your Creator. Because if you have faith and things go wrong, then faith can turn into hate. You have faith in God. And then when things don't go according to plan, how many of y'all said, man, I hate God? How many of us said that? Where did that energy come from? It came from religion, because religion is a mockery of the Creator's. Mockery of the Creator's righteousness, mockery of the Creator's existence. When you see the trees and the leaves and when you see a newborn baby, a newborn sheep, a newborn elephant, etc., something's putting these things on this earth. And you were gonna tell me that it was from a big bang? Humans came from a big bang? So how did the gas know to develop a penis and stick it inside of a vagina? Come on, people, stop. It just stop. How? Who taught it? Trust me, we're only human. Thousands of years, and then here's a man, here's a woman, and we just looked at each other, and miraculously from the gas, we automatically we learned to see where the vagina was, and they said, "What is that? Maybe if I put what's this in between my legs? What's that in between your legs? Let's put it together and see what happens." And then out came a child. Stop with the madness. You see, when I say it like this, I mean, oh my jeez. When I say it like this, it is literally to make you pay attention to the foolishness, like complete idiocy. Like you got to be completely dumb. This is why I say all the time, "Are you dumb or are you dumb?" Because there's no way we can have $1,000 phones, and yet be 1,000 years removed of knowledge. You can't have $1,000 phone and be $1,000 man with a phone that's 1,000% retarded. Just can't. I mean, listen. Separate the two. Come back to the Creator and total righteousness, people. Righteousness. Seek righteousness. There's a difference between righteousness and religious. Seek righteousness. Your righteousness will oversee religious aspects. Your Savior was killed because he would not conform to the religiousness, to the religious ways, the traditions of man, the following and worship of man, and all the things that man created with their hands. He stood in a place of righteousness. He had to be taken out. See, the biggest threat to the world is righteousness. And when you are righteous, you have to be taken out. Bob Marley tapped into his righteousness. He had to be taken out. Malcolm X, well, that's a whole nother type of time, right? Fred Hampton was a righteous man. He was not. He did not associate himself with a religious sect. He did not. He did not claim to be a ISIS Ra'el. He did not claim to be a Christian. He did not claim to be a Hebrew. He did not claim to be none of that. He did not claim Islam. He claimed to be for his people. See, when you for your people, you have to see it and operate in the space of righteousness, because only through righteousness you're going to see the hurt in your people. Religion doesn't teach you that. Religion teaches you that, yeah, we hurting, but just sing Kumbaya and then just cover the curtains, people. Kumbaya, my love, and everything's going to be fine. That's what comes with religion, people. It's time for brothers and sisters to step away from that. Don't worry, you're not going to go to hell. Hell came with religion. Righteousness came with the creators. Look, if you're thinking I'm lying, look what the fallen angels taught man about religion. The fallen angels taught man to be religious, follow the ways of man and not the creator. That's what they've done. Seed of Cain. That's why the creator preserved a particular stock. Now we're going to get into the conversation about how and why the creator allowed these things to continue for so long. That's another topic in itself. And we're going to dive into that. You know the repentant die is going to touch into that. You know I got to keep my foot, right? Because a lot of people are stepping away from religion and also righteousness because of the nonsense that was said and told through religion. So people are stepping away and now they become defenseless. They become so-called atheists. You understand? So I'm going to leave it as that, people. Seek righteousness. Religion was created to mock the creators. We are in this together. The rise of the Bantu will not be televised, but guess what? Guess who was authorized to tell you guys? And that be I, right? Mr. NBIC. Ooh, you like that. And for those that don't know who I am, man, like I told you before, man, it's Junes, the original, the NBIC, aka Mr. What? But before I even tell you who the Mr. is, continue your support, leaving your feedback, leaving your questions in the comments, right? That's my job. My job is to enlighten you with information. So certain things you don't understand, ask them. I know a lot of you guys want me to do the Q&A. I want to, but I'm more like just ask your questions. And if you really got questions, follow me on all these social media platforms, especially on IG, Repent or Die Podcast, and you will see me ask your questions there, and we will answer it accordingly. I answer all questions. Well, all questions that's pertaining to my people. I don't answer foolish things, or I don't answer oxymorons and contradictions, where people is looking to ask questions to cause debate and confusion. I'm not here to teach confusion. If you want confusion, they got TD Snakes waiting for you. They got Creflo Took All Your Dollar waiting for you. Okay? You got Pastor John Wall. You got all these people that's out there. Kurt Franklin that's over your head frankly dipping. You understand? You got all these people to give you that. If you want the honest truth, if you want the facts over feelings, if you want the information to set you free, emancipating yourself from mental slavery, if you want that, then you know how to find me. It's him. It is I, Junes, NBIC, a.k.a. Mr. Keep My Foot on the what? On you heathens, you he-gros, and the newly installed heathenite snakes. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Listen to the Creator say one time for the one time. Are you dumb? And I'ma holler at y'all. One.